Audio Jungle.
Prince Harry tells school children, "Don't follow me in the bad things I do, only the good things." Although it is not clear what bad things Harry is referring to, his behaviour has caused controversy in the past. Prince Harry, whose behaviour in the past has sparked controversy, has told a group of school children, "Don't do the bad things I do." Speaking in South Africa today, the prince, who infamously was caught up in a naked photo scandal while partying in Las Vegas back in 2012, told the youngsters, "I would never want anyone to follow me in the bad things I do, only the good things." Speaking about other high-profile people, such as sports stars, he added, "We have a certain responsibility to make sure that young people look at us and say that's how I want to live, then hopefully everyone else will follow. It's very important that people in a public position behave well. Because you have to ask, if I had a young person following me, how would I want them to behave?" Although it is not clear what bad things Harry is referring to, his behaviour has caused controversy in the past, particularly the incident where he wore a Nazi fancy dress costume to a party in 2005. The prince also raised eyebrows in 2012 when he was pictured naked in a hotel room and later admitted, "I probably let myself down. I let my family down. I let other people down." The 31-year-old royal was in Soweto, a short drive from the former home of Nelson Mandela, to talk about leadership to children at Siyabonga Secondary School in Bramfastshire. He met students taking part in the Nelson Mandela the Champion Within program, which uses the former president and anti-apartheid hero's life to inspire young people in leadership. The youth development course promotes skills to succeed as a leader and as an entrepreneur, by learning from local and international leaders or life champions. He was joined by the 3 South Africa winners of the Queen's Young Leaders title, Emma Dix, Nosipho Bell and Patrice Madere, who were invited to appear as life champions for the day. Sitting on a beanbag with a small group of the students, aged 14 to 18, he also spoke about how his decade in the army had helped him become the person he is today. He told them, "You want to make sure you live your life as good as possible, always remember people are watching every single step you make. If you do something bad, a lot of young people will follow. You have a responsibility to live up to your beliefs and encourage young people to follow in your footsteps." Asked about his experience, Harry added, "I spent 10 years in the military and enjoyed every minute of it. I had the opportunity to go to university, which I could have easily done, but ever since I was a small boy I loved the idea of being in combats and camouflage, flying a helicopter. That was the cool bit, the fun bit. When you become part of that organization, we call it the University of Life, you get taught to be a different person. It's very easy to grow up without any guidance and go off track. The army, for me and so many young people, it can give you guidance, provides opportunities and gives you confidence. I genuinely believe that being part of an organization like that, knowing the opportunities that I had, helps you realize what sort of talents and skills you have. Unless you get tested, how are you going to know? I had 10 fantastic years in the army. From a leadership point of view, I think it was crucial. For somebody like me, those 10 years taught me what being a leader is all about." Harry was then mobbed by pupils as he stood up to leave, with many grabbing him for a hug. As he left, he told them, "Don't forget us and don't forget what we talked about here. When things get really, really hard, persevere. Keep pushing forward and people will follow you." Jabal Al-Mathonsi, 14, who had overcome her nerves to speak in front of the royal visitor earlier in the session, said, "He told me I did a very good job by not being shy. He was very nice." Shepiso Ramano, 19, said, "It was wow, everything was exceptional. It was quite an experience. Who'd have thought that a prince from Britain would come to Bramfastshire, Soweto, to talk to us?" Earlier the prince met South Africa's controversial President Zuma at the president's official residence in Pretoria. Zuma's presidency has been overshadowed with allegations of corruption which have dented his popularity. He also has frosty relations with the UK and United States, and in 2011 refused to see Mrs. Obama during her 3-day visit. Harry's meeting with the president, which was only confirmed yesterday, saw the prince being greeted by Zuma, one of his 4 current wives, and his daughter, one of his 21 children. As he sat down next to the president, Harry told him, "Every time I see the news you are in a different part of the world." Zuma replied, "That's absolutely true. I'm looking forward to finishing my term and taking a rest." Later Prince Harry was given a guided tour of Nelson Mandela's former office by his widow Graca Machel, who took the prince by the hand as she chatted away animatedly. Graca met Harry at the Nelson Mandela Centre of Memory in Johannesburg, now a museum to the anti-apartheid leader's achievements. "I'm sorry I'm late," she said before taking Harry's hand warmly and saying, well, welcome, welcome, welcome." This used to be Madiba's office. She then turned to the media in the entrance and said to laughter, "These people here have taken the entrance." She added, "But while he was still strong he would come through that main entrance and he would come here. This used to be his desk." The prince exclaimed, "A guided tour?" "Yes," said Graca. "And this used to be his seat and whoever he would receive as a visitor would sit here." It was decided that Graca would sit in Mandela's chair and Harry would sit in the guest chair before the media was asked to leave.